I got some good news and I got some bad news.
I always want the bad news first.
I know. The bad news is that's not the only surprise happening on this stage today. The good news is that's not the only surprise happening on this stage today. Stand right there. Stand there. Just stand there. Sweetie. Remember when I was saying Mongello, dude? Just wait. Lou?
I take back everything that I said.
Lou, I want you to sit back, relax,
And enjoy the humiliation you're about to receive.
I gotta tell you, a friend of mine who draws for Marvel drew this for us. The first version, he didn't have a t-shirt on.
Welcome to the gun show.
That's not really how he perceived it.
But at least I have two eyebrows.
I had to make the request.
So before I say anything, let me just remind you how much I love you. This is all in fun. Did I mention I love you? When Deanna first asked me to speak here this morning, I said... Sorry, I didn't mean to call you out there. I said, talking about my brother, that's great, I could do that for hours. She reminded me everything had to be G-rated. I said, is 3 minutes enough? Seriously, if they were casting for Jersey Shore 20 years ago, he may have had an option there. As you all know, Disney has always been a very important part of our lives. When we were kids, we would go at least once or twice every year. And every year, when he was growing up, Lou would go with anticipation and excitement, hoping this would be the year he was tall enough to finally get onto Space Mountain. He's still waiting. No, he finally was tall enough. He and my dad got into those old bucket seats. Lou was just bursting with enthusiasm. The ride started, it went down, he ducked down, goes up, Lou's head shot up, smacked my dad right in the lip. They get off the ride, my dad has blood coming down his shirt. Lou has blood on the back of his shirt. My mom is absolutely freaking out. I think she enforced the policy of getting rid of the bucket seat shortly after that. You all know about Lou's obsession with food. It wasn't always the case. When he was younger, we were worried that he was anorexic. He was rail thin. At dinner table, he would drop bits of food into his napkin to make it look like he ate more. Now he just does that to get a head start on his doggy bag. When Lou was 8 or 9, my parents promised him that if he weighed, I think it was 80 pounds by his birthday, they would give him some money or a toy he really wanted. He didn't make it. I think he was so traumatized, he vowed then and there, never again will I not weigh enough. And I can't tell you how proud I am of all he's accomplished. Our mother's proud of him, our father was and is proud of him. And although it may sound corny, I think that Walt would have been proud of what he's accomplished. Lou has embraced the philosophy of keep moving forward. Started with the books, then the website, and the podcast, and the audio guides, and the magazine. I think the WDW Radio Breakfast cereal is coming out later this year. They're called Luos, part of this nutritious breakfast. They come in, the box says 10 shapes and sizes, but it's more like 15 or 20. But in his own way, Louis has had such a great effect on so many people's lives. Just looking around here today, in one way or another, we're all here because of Lou. And the amount of work and for he does for charity always brings a lump to my throat. That's why I've always been proud to have him as a big brother. I've always looked up to him, and he's never disappointed me when I need an example of how to live a wonderfully fulfilling life. I just have one more thing to say. You know, of course, of Lou's great love for Disney, and if you want to examine the depth of Lou's love, I think you can point to one woman, Olga. For those of you who don't know, Olga was Lou's first fiance. He proposed to her in Disney. You would think the fact that he was doing this in front of a castle painted pink.
That's why it didn't work out. Sorry. You did it wrong, Lou. It was the castle that is the reason why it didn't work out. It was covered in candy. And it was pink, and it was by a water fountain.
I think Deanna has a few other things to say.
Yes, I do. I surely do. Lou, oh Lou. How do I start? I've got notes, honey. Yes, I do. I'm just going to tell you a little bit about how this wonderful Disney thing came into our family. I just recently got happily married to a lawyer in New Jersey. Woo! And I'm thinking, oh, home run. All right, it's good, okay? I'm drinking my wine in our den, and he says to me, honey, I'm thinking about writing a book. And I said, the only useless knowledge that you have in your head is Disney. And to me, in a year's time, he says to me, we're going to move to Florida. So I said, okay. We packed 2 houses, okay? And he says to me, we're going to move to a house that has none of our stuff in it. And I said, oh, that'll be great, Lou. None of our stuff, we'll be getting it down very shortly. A year after we were here. Yes. Mind you, in my Honda Odyssey, the only thing I was allowed to pack was Lou's computer things and his collectibles. Okay, the priorities still lie, of course, here. All right? But yes, the Star Wars figures that are still in the original packages are still, they did make the trip. Okay? And mind you, my underwear had to go in those Ziploc bags on the roof of the Honda Odyssey, and I was praying to God that we didn't get in a car accident, because my friends would have been calling saying, oh, by the way, there were panties on I-95. Were they yours?
Did they have the WDW Radio logo?
They were blinged out. Thank you, Lynette Huey, okay? They were blinged. So we made it, and this crazy life I am living. But I would like everyone right now to look to your right and shake the hand with the neighbor next to you. And please do the same thing to your left. Because this crazy Disney thing that we are living has brought some of my bestest, closest friends into my family. And I cannot thank my husband enough for doing this for us and my family. I love you. You are crazy. You drive me insane every day. But I still love you.
I'm going to go to another person who has known you for many, many, many years, and you have such a history. He wants to review a little bit of it and share it with the rest of the cruisers. So, Tony Caggiano.
Oh, God. Hey, everybody, I'm Tony. Some of you know me, some of you don't. But when Deanna, just to make sure Becky's not to blame, it was Deanna. She came to me and said, do you have anything you'd like to say? I said, yeah, that'd be wonderful. And then she said, do you want a clicker? I said, sure, because There it is, folks. This is where it began. January 2009, the first meet of the month. I'd been stalking Lou and probably a few others out there online. Finally got to meet him. And when I did meet him, I was wondering, I said, he looks familiar though. I said, you know, we talked, and to this day, as far as Lou knows, this is when we met. But I knew I'd seen him before. We've both been going to Disney World. My first trip was 1972, just after you. I was 5 months old. Been there every year, several times. So I said, our paths have crossed. 2 weeks a year, every year, maybe we've seen each other. So I went through the family photographs and, oh, well, there it is, Lou and Tony. A Disney bromance. Sorry for all my time, I'm a little excited, but there it is. So I went through the family photographs and I came up with, I don't know if it's you, but there's a little bit, this is me. I was eating an ice cream cone and this little kid kept bothering me. Mind you, he's 3 years older than me in this photo, but he's a snappy dresser still to today. But I was wondering if it was him. He just kept bothering me, this kid. I gave him a little ice cream. Things were looking up. He was pretty happy about that. But my father was intrigued. He kept taking photos and he started wisping. So clearly, once the wisp came out, I knew this had to be Lou. In the 80s, you know, we were both incredible dressers. That's me, the prom. I had incredible style. I was voted most likely to dress like a pimp at my prom. I don't know what that is. But Lou, on the other hand, was voted most likely to wear pants that said Italian boys. And he is all I don't know how old you are. What are you? You're 18? No. You okay, champ? No, this is embarrassing.
Honey, you look really hot there.
No.
Come on.
Just 1 second, I just want. It's gonna get worse. So anyway, there's Lou. I don't know, 18 years old, right? He's got Italian boy pants on, so that's pretty cool. Yeah. It was in the mid-90s. They took over the land and I was all excited. They were gonna have a big cookie bake-off. So I told my friends and family, I'm gonna go down, I'm gonna bake some cookies. I get down there, I brought my cookies in, they were good, but I lost to Lou Mongello. Apparently I didn't know he was the snickerdoodle queen of Scotch plains. So from the beginning I wasn't a huge fan of Lou, but that's really the first time. We didn't. Admittedly, there were some slamming cookies though, I'll give you that. So there we are, this is when we officially met, a few Christmases ago, and Lou, I was going home, I was really sad, and at home I came home and Lou showed up and, oh, I'm sorry, yeah. I'm getting excited. Like I said, I trust you with my children, not with my baked goods. I'm sorry, I forgot that one. I missed it on my thing. But when I came home, Lou was nice enough to surprise me and cheer me up in the house. It was Christmas, I came home, I was depressed, but he cheered me up. And I never got to return the favor until it was the expo, I think. He called me up, he's like, dude, I'm so nervous, so many people coming, I've never seen so many people. Would you come out? I was like, you want me to come? I said, no, I don't want anybody to know, that would be embarrassing. I called Tony Ketchum, how pathetic would that be? So I got dressed and I just kind of snuck out. Didn't want anybody to know it was me. Went out there and showed up. So it's pretty cool. But as you heard, there's a lot of exciting things. A couple things. Lou and I have been doing some research trips together, having a lot of fun. Just want to take a moment. He's got, like his brother said, he does have the food line coming out. Very excited about the Mongello. This was something we worked on, butterscotch and crab meat flavor. Very excited about that. There's a lot of things happening. But in closing, Lou, I want to just take a moment to thank you for being a good friend. You're the bow to my Luke. I adore you. Well, some of the young kids might not get here, so it's kind of like the Zach to my Cody, I suppose. Anyway, I really just wanted to take everybody to take a moment and thank Lou, because as we know, you just can't forget. Where's Walt Disney? It was all started by a map. Well, yeah, okay. A mouse, but yes. Lou Mongello. It was all started by Lou Mongello. I'm ready to go now.
done yet.